Okay, here we go. Venn diagrams and set theory, lesson 3, part 2. So let's look at these word problems. Class example 4. Oh, let's do the note just above there. Where's my pen here? Let's do this note right up here above, just to make sure that we're aware of what's going to be happening now. It says Venn diagrams can also be used to represent the number of elements in each set and not the individual elements, as the next class example illustrates. The numbers in the sets are not marked with dots. They do not represent individual elements. Okay, so this is not the number 12. This is 12 things there. Okay, so if that were the number 12, then it would be indicated with a dot behind. Okay, but no dot, that indicates the number of things. So let's look at example 4. The diagram displays the number of students who are members of the Students' Council, S. S, and the number of students who are on the yearbook committee, Y. Question A, how many students are on Students' Council? So if we look over here at our diagram, this is Students' Council. So the number of students is going to be 12 plus 3. So there's 12 students just on Students' Council. There's 3 students on both Student Council and yearbook. And there's 7 students just on yearbook. So the total number of students in Students' Council will be 12 plus 3, which is equal to 15. Question B, on both Students' Council and Yearbook Committee, that's both, so that is this section here, that would be 3. And you can think about that, Students' Council and Yearbook Committee, that would be S intersection Y. Question C, the Yearbook Committee and but not Students' Council. So the Yearbook Committee is all of this and not Students' Council. So that's going to be 7. Why don't you take a second and try and figure out what that would be using symbolism? Okay, maybe you were able to figure it out. So it's Yearbook Committee, but not Students' Council. Actually, as I said that, I realized that we probably don't know really what that symbolism would be, so let's not worry about it. Question D, on a Students' Council or Yearbook Committee. So let's erase that. Students' Council, or Yearbook. So that's all of those. So that's going to be 12 plus 3 plus 7, 22. This one we should know the symbolism for. Students' Council or Yearbook. Students' Council, Union, Yearbook. Okay, example 5. In a homeroom of 20 students, 15 take math, 12 take social studies, and 10 take math and social studies. Show this information in a Venn diagram. How many students take neither math nor social studies? So draw yourself a quick little not looking for artistry here, as you'll soon see. There's that. There's that. I'm going to put a U here for our universal set. I'm going to call this one math. Oops, maybe I should put it inside. Call this one social studies. It says 15 take math, so 15 total take math, 12 total take social studies, but 10 take math and social studies, so 10 is going to go here. And if 15 take math, then all of this is math, so it's already got 10 in it. So 10 plus 5 is going to make math. And same with the social studies. 12 take social studies. This is social studies. There's already 10 in it. So that's going to be 2 take social studies. We have a total of 20 students, and we've accounted for 5 and 10 and 12, 17. So there are going to be 3 students that take nothing, or neither, not nothing. I hope that was fairly easy enough to see. I like that question. And then over the page, example 6. Is in a survey of 400, this is where it gets fun with the math. Okay? In a survey of 400 households, 285 had personal video recorders, PVRs, and 320 had multifunction printers, MFPs. 63 households did not have PVRs or MFPs. Let P represent the number of households with PVRs, M represent the number of households with MFPs. Let X represent the number of households that have a PVR and an MFP. Mark X, question A, mark X and 63 in the appropriate parts. Well, X is the number of households that have both PVR and an MFP. So X would go right in the center, has both. 63 have neither a PVR or an MFP. So 63 is going to go up here as part of the universal set. You could put a U up here if you wanted to. And then question B. Write an expression for the number of households who have a PVR and not an MFP. Write this expression in the appropriate part of the Venn diagram. So P, we're talking about PVRs, so it's PVRs, but not an MFP. So we're only wanting this portion here. We know a total number of PVRs. We know a total number of PVRs is 285, but there's some value of X. There's some value of X that have both PVRs and MFPs. So our expression to figure out how many just have a PVR is going to be that 285 PVRs minus that X value. So 285 minus X. Okay. Using similar logic, write an expression for the number of households who have an MFP and not a PVR. Write this expression in the appropriate part of the Venn diagram. So again, we know a total number of 320 MFPs minus a certain number that have both. That's going to leave us with just the people with MFPs. So this is 320 minus X. And then it says form an equation in X and determine the number of households in the survey who had both an MFP and a PVR. We know that there's a total of 400 households. That means all of this stuff needs to add up to 400. So I can go 285 minus X, there's your just PVRs, plus X, which is your PVRs and MFPs, plus 320 minus X, that's just your MFPs, plus 63 is equal to 400. Okay, so this is just your PVRs, this is just your MFPs, this is both, this is neither. Should all add up to that universal set number, 400. Now you can see we have an equation in one variable. We should be able to simplify this equation and solve for X. Combine all your like terms. Minus X plus X, those cancel, those two cancel. And then I'm just left with this minus X. Minus X. And then I go 285 plus 320 plus 63 gives us 605 is equal to 400. Oh, sorry, not 605, 668. 668. No, it's not 668 either. Well, that's why. A little bit of dyslexia going on there. Hopefully you caught that. This isn't 258. This should be 285. 285. I wrote 258 instead of 285. Hopefully you caught that and fixed that. Anyways, I caught it, so we're good. Still solving here. I need to subtract 668 on this side. Those will cancel. Subtract 668 on the other side. Those will cancel. Or no, sorry, not cancel. But those will calculate out to negative 268. And I'm left with my minus x. I need to divide this. I need to divide this, oops, wrong color. Divide this by negative 1 to get rid of that negative value. Divide this by negative 1. These negatives will cancel. That will leave me with just x. These negatives will cancel. That will just leave me with 268. So there are 268 people who have both an MFP and a PVR. Okay, hopefully that all works out for you. There's a few more questions, so 4 through to 12. There's a tricky question in number 9. Number 9E. Number 9E is a little bit tricky. At least that's what I found as I was working through these. Otherwise, give it a shot. Let me know. Ask me questions if you need to. Good luck.